It's all come down to this. We've gone around the world that I can't show because we're now in Hyrule Castle, which always bothered me because I'd like to show off the fact that we've taken down 4 divine beasts at 4 ends of the map that each represented 4 distinct tribes that came together along with the Hylians with the objective of protecting the world against the revival of Calamity Ganon. It apparently didn't go well. But I think we're finally ready to make things right again, 100 years later. Hello guys! This is UniversalGiant, and welcome to the finale of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We've made our way back into Hyrule Castle using the convenient warp point that we made for ourselves after coming here at the very beginning of the game.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
How convenient. Oh, you think you're being sneaky. That's cute. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Buddy. Oh, your attack is so much slower than I think it is. Come on. Do your stuff. There you go. Let's get that Scimitar some work. I really like how the Scimitar looks. It's so unnecessarily long, but it works just like a normal broadsword does. It's really handy. Oh, and you've got a spear, don't you? Yeah, but I really like how the Scimitar looks. A lot of the champions' weapons and gear, I love the appearance of. We haven't used the Boulder Breaker. I'm not sure if we'll wind up using it at all. But I really do like it. And if you remember how difficult it was for us to get around before, when we had no stamina, we had no Gale, we had no real anything in the way of equipment, really. I imagine it'll be a lot easier to get around now. It looks like that's the castle we're gunning for. Doesn't look like it'll take us that long to get there. Just have to make sure that we don't get shot down on the way there. I guess that didn't go so well, did it? It didn't go so well. Thankfully, we do have some equipment that'll let us swim up waterfalls. Almost forgot to show this off. I probably should have used it in a different location that would have made it easier to get into. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna need you to not shoot me. Can you not shoot me? That would be swell. I guess I'll take you down while I'm thinking about it. It's a bit of a waste of the Scimitar, though, I will admit. He doesn't look all that interested in killing me, though, which is nice. I appreciate that. I like when things don't kill me. This is a really durable broadsword. I appreciate the fact that this broadsword is durable. I can't believe I killed it just using the broadsword, and it's still usable. That's actually rather convenient. But we're here. All along, all we had to do was just walk up to this location. I think he should drop his lock on me at some point. Maybe not. Well, this is it. There he is. Now, before we go in, I thought it would be more appropriate to come in here wearing... I never actually bought the Hylian trousers, did I? I wonder which one's the closest to the Hylian trousers. I guess that's the closest that we have. I wanted to go in looking similar to to what Link originally had. I guess that suffices. And now that we're in the presence of Ganon, the Master Sword is active in that its attack power is now double, so you can imagine we'll probably be using that. And I'll also get to show this off as well. I think this is about as well geared up as we're going to be. I'll also pop this, since we have it, and I guess I'll pop this as well since we have it.
Link. I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold.
Has finally come. Brace yourself, Ganon, for the sting of my revenge!
This will be our final opportunity. We will not fail.
Let's go, little guy. Now, open up wide, Ganon!
100 years in the making. Hold on, Princess. Our moment has arrived.
Well, that sure makes the effort seem worth it. Only halfway there, though. I guess the other half is our job. Thankfully, we have just the tool we need. Now, if only you'll play nice. That didn't do exactly what I thought it would do. Okay, that wasn't what I was hoping it would do. Come on, buddy. Be nice. I am not getting the timing for these at all. There we go. Oh, I tried to jump back from that. Maybe you can't. Also, he hurts like a son of a gun, if you couldn't tell.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
I didn't have my shield out. That scared the bejeebus out of me. That was really scary. I didn't notice it until the last second. Like, wait, my shield isn't out. There we go. That's what we needed. Oh, I almost got that one off. Alright, buddy, I'm gonna need you to sit down. Oh, I did that too early. Yeah, I don't want you up there. Please come down. I can't do anything when you're up there. I think I can reflect that back. Can I? No. Weird. I thought I could. Oh, I think I still need to... I guess I don't. Alright, one more try. I needed Daruk for that. That makes me sad. The timing on those shots is a little bit different from the others from what I can tell. Either that or I'm just not well practiced in it. Also, if it wasn't clear in the last phase, when he's shrouded in that red shield, you cannot hit him. The easiest way to get his guard down is to do some sort of parry attack. Although, whenever he unleashes an attack, he has a very brief period of vulnerability. It's certainly not the easiest way to beat him, but you can beat him that way. I just wouldn't recommend it. Hey, Oreo! Nice of you to show up in the face of unyielding fury.
Ganon was born out of a dark past. He is a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again. He has given up on reincarnation and assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen before. I entrust you with the bow of light, a powerful weapon in the face of evil. Link, you may not yet be at a point where you have fully recovered your power, or all of your memories. But courage need not be removed, for it is never forgotten.
Actually, let me switch to the bow before I forget to. Do not forget to switch to the bow. Here we have the most disappointing final boss fight in the history of Zelda games. After all of that dramatic build-up, this is the boss that we have. He basically just stands there, spews fire out every so often, maybe changes direction once or twice, and that's pretty much it. Now, the thing about the bow... Did I miss it? The thing about the bow is that there's basically no arc to any of the shots. So unlike pretty much every other bow in the entire game, except for maybe the Phrenic bow and the Golden bow, where those were like sniper bows and they had very little fall off in their trajectory, the Bow of Light basically doesn't have any arc to its shots. I hope I can cross in front of you before you hit me, because if you hit me, I think I'm dead. Okay, good. So you pretty much have to aim directly at these things, even if you think there would be a bit of an arc to them. Your shots will basically just not come down. And that's all there really is to the fight. I mean, even if you don't have a horse, the game provides you a horse. So it's not difficult in that respect. You just kind of run around the field, wait for Ganon to do his thing, like turn around once or twice. That's really it. Nothing else to it. You should open up underneath soon, I think. There it is. So as long as he doesn't step on me, I should be okay. One final hit and we'll do it.
Link! Look up there!
Let's see, are you going to do your attack over there, or are you going to turn to me?
Do what you must, Link!
Come on, buddy. Open up wide. Open up. Oreo, you might want to get out of the way. Ganon? There you go. You gotta get up in the air, otherwise he'll close his eye. I'm embarrassed to say how long it took me to figure that out. But that's it. Hopefully we've weakened him enough that Zelda can seal him away once and for all. We did it! We completed the quest! I don't know, I always just found that one end slate to be particularly hilarious.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time. I've witnessed your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials in battle. I always thought, no, I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
Well, it's nice to see you haven't aged a day. And that's the conclusion of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. As I mentioned at the outset, it was never my intention to show off everything there is to see in this game, simply because it's really something that's best experienced on your own. I did want to at least show off bits and pieces of the game that I thought would be the most entertaining to watch, rather than me running around point to point for hours on end just to pick up odds and ends here and there. But really, it's the exploration aspect of Breath of the Wild that makes it such a wonderful game. When I first picked it up, it was the only thing I did during my waking hours for several days. And after getting the DLC and going through the Hero's Path mode, which retraces all of your steps for the past 200 hours of gameplay, I was surprised, despite how many months had passed, just how vividly I remembered those first few days, those first 30 to 50 hours of gameplay, knowing where I was, what I had, what I encountered, what I struggled with. It just left such a strong impression on me. It captured my imagination and my attention more than any video game has in years. And I didn't want to take that away from anyone who hasn't had the opportunity to play it. I mean, yes, there is a story, there are special events to go through, we've seen most of them, you've seen a wide variety of the environments that are available to explore, but there is just so much else out there I haven't even tapped into. Despite the fact that the overworld is, I think, about as large as the entirety of Wind Waker's ocean, there are so many details, so many things to find, people to see, quests to do, places to go. The world is constructed so well that every bit of exploration that you do is rewarded in some capacity. I mean, you can argue some are more important than others, but ultimately, if you put the effort in to go somewhere and find something, there's something there for you. And despite its size, how many places look completely unique, how many different things there are to find, it's... Breath of the Wild scratched an itch I didn't know I had. It has plenty of flaws. I wasn't the biggest fan of the fact that all of your weapons and equipment break after a short period of time, but it also encourages you to continue going about exploring and killing more enemies and pushing the boundaries of what you think you're capable of. But the fact that this game goes above and beyond to give the player all of the agency that they could ever ask for, that if you want to go straight to endgame, they leave the weapons there for you if you're savvy enough to get past the enemies there to grab them and make your way through. Sure, you don't have as much health as you would normally have, and you don't have as much armor as you would normally have, but what's stopping you? You can do anything in any order, you can ignore anything you don't want to do. It's the ultimate choose-your-own-adventure Zelda game. It gives you the freedom to do anything you want whenever you want. And everyone has a completely unique experience. It is lacking in a number of things that I enjoy most other Zelda games for. I've mentioned a couple of times I miss the traditional dungeons. As much as I did enjoy the puzzle aspects, it just didn't... I mean, it's kind of hard to put into words the kinds of things that I look for in a Zelda game. I like the dungeons that are in Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and even some of the design choices they made in Skyward Sword. And a lot of that wasn't really present in this game. But every design decision that was made in Breath of the Wild was specifically to give the player freedom, to let them feel like they could go whenever the only thing stopping them is themselves. That unlike previous games where you're locked behind progression items or quest plot points and you're not allowed to go here, you can't access this area, here you're given all the tools you need to go. You can go anywhere you want. And the only thing that's stopping you in terms of progression is how you grow as a player, how you learn about how the world works, how the physics operate, how everything interacts with each other. It isn't about getting more equipment, getting better items, better armor, better weapons, better accessories. It's about becoming a better player. That's why it's so much fun to replay and see exactly what it is that you're capable of after having gone through all the trials and tribulations that you did your first time, and learning the ins and outs of how the game works. There's just so much about Breath of the Wild. I enjoyed it more than I expected to, but I wouldn't be upset if they went back to the normal Zelda formula for the next couple of games. Because I really would like to see other games in the style that we've come to know and love Zelda games for. But in terms of a deviation from the norm, I think Breath of the Wild did about as good a job at giving the player the freedom to do whatever they wanted in any order, or skip whatever they wanted, better than any other game I can think of. And I'll always remember my first few days playing this game, because it's the closest that I've come to experiencing the same magic of video games that I felt when I was younger. It's a feeling that I don't know if I'll be able to get again. And it's one that I'm going to cherish for a very long time. Now, even though there is plenty more to do in this game, and there are even 2 sets of DLC that you can purchase that they are deviations from the rest of the theme of the game, where they explicitly try to challenge you as a player, or just give you vanity items that you would come to expect from DLC. But if you enjoyed the rest of the game, I think it's definitely worth putting your money down for it. It won't be the same like 200 hours of content you get from the main game, but I do think it's worth it, if you haven't had the opportunity to get those. There's just so much more to Breath of the Wild that I wanted to leave up to you guys to experience for yourselves, while still showing you the aspects of the game that I enjoyed, what makes it so special to me. And I hope that I did as good a job at that as I could. And also I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is UniversalGiant. Thanks as always for watching.